This gorgeous rare car wasn't even considered a collector's item until the 1970s. And yet today, mint condition models can go for six-figure prices at auctions. But what exactly makes this car still dominate the roads after more than 60 years? It wasn't just the flashy tail fins or the crazy chrome. This is why the 1957 Chevy Bel Air still rules the road. To really understand why the 1957 Chevy Bel Air is such a big deal in car history, we need to go back in time. After World War II, America was thriving. The economy was booming, and people wanted more than just basic transportation. The plain, practical car designs of the 1930s were out. Now it was all about style and comfort. This new focus led to what's known as the jet age in car design. Thanks to all the advancements in technology, especially in aviation, car designers started adding futuristic touches to their cars. Take those famous tail fins, for example. They were inspired by jet planes. And no car embodied this bold, forward-thinking style better than the 1957 Chevy Bel Air. The first thing anyone notices about the Bel Air is how it looks. Even today, it's one of the most recognizable cars ever made. The dramatic tail fins, bold front grille, and shiny chrome accents make it scream 1950s America. But it's not just about the fins. The body lines are sleek and elegant, yet they give off an aggressive vibe that makes the car look powerful. Then there are the two-tone paint jobs that really made the Bel Air pop. Bold, vibrant colors, combined with all that chrome, made it impossible to ignore. Whether it was driving down the street or parked outside your house, Bel Air demanded attention. And it still does today. If you see a 57 Bel Air at a car show, you can't help but stop and admire it. What really sets the 1957 Chevy Bel Air apart, though, is the attention to detail. Chevy didn't just add color for the sake of it. Every part of the Bel Air's design was carefully thought out, from the chrome rocket hood ornaments and dual headlights to the twin tail fins. Everything was perfectly balanced. Even the gas cap was cleverly hidden behind the rear taillight so it wouldn't ruin the car's smooth lines. Even though the Bel Air looked like a luxury car, Chevrolet made sure it was within reach for the average American. Back in the 50s, Chevy was known for being a budget-friendly brand, making cars that everyday people could afford. But the Bel Air was different. It was the top of the line in Chevrolet's lineup, offering luxury and style that you'd typically only see in much pricier cars. Even after its affordable price tag, the Bel Air didn't hold back on features. It had just as much chrome and eye-catching design as a Cadillac, but with a sleeker, more elegant look. Chevy had found the perfect mix. Luxury that didn't break the bank. It was a car that anyone could drive, but it felt like you were behind the wheel of something much more expensive. The 1957 Chevy Bel Air wasn't just about looking good, it had the power to match its style. Chevrolet ended up giving drivers plenty of engine options, letting them choose the kind of performance that they wanted. The base model came with a 140 horsepower, 250 cubic inch Blue Flame 6-cylinder engine, which provided a smooth and reliable drive. But if you were looking for more speed and excitement, Chevy had you covered. The most iconic engine option was the 283 cubic inch V8, which came in multiple versions, offering anywhere from 185 to 283 horsepower. What really set the Bel Air apart was that it was one of the first production cars to offer fuel injection, which was groundbreaking at the time. This advanced technology gave the Bel Air an impressive boost in performance. For those who wanted even more power, Chevrolet offered a version of the 283 V8 with dual 4-barrel carburetors, cranking out 270 horsepower. This made the Bel Air one of the most powerful cars on the road back then. And if that wasn't enough, you could opt for the fuel-injected version, which pushed the engine to a whopping 283 horsepower. With all of these high-performance engine options and a 4-speed manual transmission available, the Bel Air wasn't just a car that looked great, it was a car built for speed and excitement. This made it a favorite among driving enthusiasts who wanted more than just a pretty face on the road. Now, as we talked about earlier, the 1957 Chevy Bel Air wasn't immediately seen as the dream car that it is today. In fact, it wasn't until the 1970s that car collectors started to realize just how special the Bel Air was. It wasn't just a good-looking car, it was a high-performance machine that perfectly captured the spirit of post-war America. By the time the 1970s rolled around, prices for mint-condition two-door models were skyrocketing, and the demand has only continued to grow since. Today, the 1957 Chevy Bel Air is one of the most sought-after classic cars on the market. Restored models can easily sell for six figures at auctions, and you'll often see them shown at classic car shows. But for many collectors, it's not just about the money. Owning a Bel Air is like owning a piece of American history. It's a car that represents a time when automobiles were more than just transportation. They were expressions of freedom, style, and success. The cultural impact of the 1957 Chevy Bel Air is hard to overstate. This car became a symbol of freedom and the open road, a true representation of the American dream. It made its way into countless movies, TV shows, and even music videos, cementing its place in pop culture. From classic drive-in scenes in the 1950s to its appearance in more modern media, the Bel Air has remained a lasting icon of America's golden age of motoring. There's just something about the Bel Air's design, the chrome, the tailfins, that just makes people feel nostalgic. It takes you back to a time when cars had real personality and flair. Owning a 1957 Chevy Bel Air isn't just about having a car, it's about making a statement. It's about showing the world that you appreciate a true classic, one that's more than just metal and wheels, but a piece of history. Beyond its classic looks and cultural significance, the engine options in the 1957 Chevy Bel Air were ahead of their time. The introduction of Chevrolet's 283 cubic inch V8 engine was a big moment in the car world. It wasn't just about the size of the engine, it was the advanced technology that came with it. Chevy offered several versions, including one with dual 4-barrel carburetors, and another with fuel injection, which was cutting edge back then. The most powerful version could produce 283 horsepower, making the Bel Air one of the fastest cars of its time. When paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, the Bel Air could compete with sports cars. It wasn't just about getting where you needed to go, it was about enjoying every moment of the drive. The 1957 Chevy Bel Air is more than just a car, it's a piece of history. It takes us back to a time when cars were designed with style and care, when driving was about more than just getting from point A to point B. Every time you see a restored Bel Air on the road, it feels like you're stepping back into the 1950s, when cars were true works of art. As time goes on, the value of the 1957 Chevy Bel Air keeps going up. It has become a symbol of a golden age in American car design, and we'll probably never see another car just quite like it. Whether you're a classic car fan or just someone who loves beautiful design, the Bel Air is a perfect example of what made American cars so special. So, why does the 1957 Chevy Bel Air still rule the road? It's not just the design or the performance, though both are equally impressive. It's the fact that this car represents a special era, a time when cars were more than just transportation. The 1957 Chevy Bel Air is a piece of American culture, and it continues to captivate car lovers around the world. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the history of the 1957 Chevy Bel Air. If you thought this car was impressive, wait till you see our next deep dive into another rare legend on the road. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you there.
Storybox Audio.